Welcome back to Chat with Tessa, everyone. It's your favorite Tonga girl. My nails are done. I told you that in the next video my nails will be done. Okay guys, I'm on holiday and I'm staying at a hotel right now. It looks nice. I'm enjoying myself here. I like staying at hotels because they really inspire me. I one day honestly wish and hope that not wish and hope. One day I will own a hotel or a apartment complex. I'm putting it out there into the universe. I'm saying powerful words and I'll keep working towards that, because we don't just say, we must also do things that get us there, you know? So when I stay at hotels and I look at like how they do things and like just how it's maintained and stuff, and I'm like, me at my hotel, this mark on the couch, this mark on the window, it wouldn't be there. I'll check cleanliness every day. Me at my hotel. So I know that I'm definitely gonna own something like this one day in my life. Anyway, we're not here to talk about that. We are back with the property series. And if you haven't been following the property series, please go back and watch the other videos so that you are able to understand where we're at and how we're moving. But even if you haven't watched it, it's okay, because today we are going to be speaking about bond originators, why it is more convenient and useful and helpful and great to use a bond originator. Why should you use a bond originator? How do they make their money? What can they help you with? How did they help me? And then at the end, you know, a little something for y'all to help you out. So please watch till the end. Don't skip, please. Number one, what do? Subscribe. If you are already a subscriber, thank you so much for being a subscriber on Chat with Tessa. I truly appreciate it. And for you guys that honestly take the time to comment and hit that like button, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys too as well. Thank you, Nakansa Chat with Tessa community. Thank you. All right, so before we get started, here's a little disclaimer. Views and opinions expressed on this channel are not and should not be considered as financial advice. I am not a certified financial advisor and not registered with the FSCA. All right, and now that that's done, so with my second property buying journey, some of you know that I went with the same bank that I got my first home loan from. And the reason I went with them is because I bank with them. I'm like, hey, let me just have it with one bank. That mentality. Let me just stay with my bank. You know, the stress of going here and here and here, applying here and here. And I knew that stress because with the first property, we were also applying at different banks, SA Home Loans, Standard Bank, FNB, Net Bank, Barabam, Absa, all these banks we were just applying. So my bank eventually came back with an approval and I was like, hip hip hooray! And then the fact that I paid off the property so quickly, I really thought that they would be like, yeah, sure, B, we can finance you again. You stay on top of stuff, you know? No, they didn't care about that. They were like, yeah, we'll first decline you, then after fighting that decline, they're like, we're gonna give you 70%. So now I must go look for 30%. Looking for that 30% stressed me a bit because I was like, considering disinvesting all my money on easy equities, some of my other funds, I'm like, I'm just gonna gather everything together so that we can pay this 30%. And my mom was pushing me to do that because we did that the first time around. And we took all my savings and put it into that first property to cover the balance. Now, I was like, history is repeating itself. It left me dry and out with no money, nothing, after paying lawyer fees and all of that. So I'm like, am I really gonna do this again? I don't want to sacrifice my investments just to pay this balance. So somebody recommended a bond originator to me. Actually, 2 bond originators were recommended to me by 2 different people. And one person was somebody that works at a bank and recommended a bond originator, I guess they have a relationship or whatever together in term of, not relationship, no, a relationship in the sense that they work together, because bond originators work with people from the bank. So the person from the bank that recommended this bond originator, I was like, okay, this is great because this is somebody from the bank who's recommending a bond originator. Now, when I emailed them and they get back to me and they're like, oh, you have to pay XYZ amount before we get started. I was like, no. I know you guys are helping me. I know that you are providing a service and everything, but no. Ain't gonna happen. Count me out. I contacted the second bond originator. I really liked him because, first of all, he explained to me that no, you do not have to pay anything. This is a complimentary service. And I'm like, okay, for free. I like that. But wait, how do you make your money? How do you make your money if this is free? And he was like, no, we get commission from the bank for bringing them a customer, for bringing them a new client. We get commission. I was like, oh, okay, so that's how you make your money. Sharp, let's go. And that bond originator was able to get me quotations from different banks, and then we went with the bank that I was like, okay, sharp, they're offering a higher amount to cover this home loan. Yes, it's not 100%. Yes, fine, sharp, it's okay. But it's way better than what my bank was offering. Remember, the other thing, the most important thing to also consider is the interest, right? My bank, even the interest that they offered me, it's as if I'm some new client who doesn't even have a relationship with them. Quite disappointing, actually, my bank. Anyway, so the bond originator got me a bank that was offering a higher amount to cover the home loan, right? Because it wasn't 100%, it didn't give me the full money to cover the full property. And then the interest rate was also better. So I was like, all right, great. But what I also liked about my bond originator was the fact that I learned so much. There's so many things I was like, oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that. And one of the things was like, even factoring in the time that you apply for a home loan with the bank will actually determine whether or not you'll get 100% home loan or not. I was like, oh, really? So if you're applying like later on in the year, of which that was me, chances of getting 100% are possibly unlikely because of the bank's budgets. They have a budget to go to, okay, this year, this is our budget for home loans and nani. And if that budget is being depleted, Pela now when you're applying now towards the end of the year, and how are you gonna get 100%? So my bond originator even said to me, like, maybe let's leave it this, let's leave it, let's apply again at the beginning of the year. Maybe there you might have a higher chance of getting 100%, but getting 100% also might mean that your percentage will also be higher. And I was like, okay. But I liked how he helped me do the maths. With every decision, he helped me do the maths. He helped me see that, no, man, we can shuffle this thing like this and like that, you know? Because even with my bank, remember I told you guys that with the first home loan, I paid it off, but I didn't cancel. So that means I still have access to that money. So, yes, clever. With the other bank, with the new bank that I'm gonna now get the second property with, even though they're not covering me 100% of a home loan, I can still take some of that money to cover that balance. So he was helping me strategize. And that's the thing about bond originators, is that not all of them are the same. Not all of them have the same level of experience. Some of them have so much experience and have worked within the banking industry and know how things work, right? And have other levels of expertise. So I know y'all are thinking, so who's your bond originator? Who are you gonna share? Are you gonna share? Of course, because I like you guys. I love y'all. Doof. I love you guys, and I like sharing with my community, and I like seeing you guys also grow. That's why I'm sharing my journey. It's not just for story time. It's for you guys to grow, and it's to help you also in your property buying journey. But anyway, so the main question that I asked my bond originator was obviously like, what are the benefits of using a bond originator over applying for yourself? And I think you guys get that answer now. It's that if you use a bond originator, you don't have to go to each and every bank applying for a home loan. Your bond originator will do that for you. They have relationships with these banks, right? They'll apply for you. Quicker responses, okay? If you're the one there sending an email, trying to call and all of that, bond originator yako, things are quicker, okay? So another thing is that with regards to interest rates, they know how to present you to the bank so that when they're negotiating, they're like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, okay, maybe we can give them this interest rate. And your bond originator can fire back and be like, no, but come on, guys, Nyambona Lumuntu, can you see this person has this and that, like all of that leveraging and all of that negotiating, your bond originator can do that for you, right? And they can help you really calculate and weigh out things. They can help you even get a pre-approval certificate. Like with the pre-approval certificate, that's like, for example, if me and Tamba want to buy this house, ne? Utamba has a pre-approval certificate. Mina, I don't have a pre-approval certificate. There's an agent and a seller here, right? So we both want this house. How would they know if any of us will even qualify for this home loan? If they should even waste their time with us? If there should be any negotiating at all? Because it's all about time and money, right? Manju Tembalana has a pre-approval certificate. What does the pre-approval certificate say? The pre-approval certificate shows them that, hey, he qualifies for X amount, right? I think it shows that. But it shows that, okay, Temba does qualify for a home loan, and that essentially means that there's a very high likelihood that he'll get approved for by the bank for this property. Manju Tisa, who doesn't have the pre-approval certificate now, they're not going to take me so seriously. They're not going to waste so much time with me because they're not sure. I still have to now go take the offer to purchase and go and apply and see what the banks are going to say. This one already has a pre-approval certificate, meaning that they've checked his affordability, they've checked his credit and all of credit worthiness, etc. And the bond originator can issue pre-approval certificates. There are other services that bond originators can offer, and it all depends on that bond originator. Some bond originators, it's like strictly where we try and apply for a home loan for you by the bank, and that's where the relationship ends. With my bond originator, I feel like, hey, Lona experience, Lona. There's a lot of other value-added services and things that he can offer. And I think when you are in that home buying process and you are speaking to him, he can explain these things to you and you'll find out more about the services that he offers. All right. The other question that I asked was like, if you don't have like a credit record, I asked my bond originator and I was like, okay, what about like if you don't have a credit record? What if you have money, like you've been saving money, or if, for example, you are in China? So all this information is applying to everyone that's abroad, South Africans that are abroad and South Africans in South Africa, right? So what about like if you are abroad and you don't have a credit history, you don't have debt, then what? And like, no, it's still possible, but you need to be sending money home consistently if you're abroad. And if you're in South Africa, there needs to be money in your bank account consistently that shows Guti you are employed or you consistently have an income, etc. So I was surprised. I was like, oh, so it is possible. And I was like, yeah, it is possible. You can apply. So in case there's somebody who's watching this and you feel like, I don't have any credit, I don't think I can apply for a home loan, well, maybe you can. Maybe you can get approved. Maybe your bond originator or mine or whoever that you use might be able to help you with that, right? And all my life, I thought, Uguti, I must have credit history and all of these things and to apply for a home loan. Meanwhile, not really. Not that you shouldn't have it, it's just not really. Okay, right guys, so now that you guys understand what a bond originator does and the services that they can help you with and how they help me in my property buying journey, if you want to get in touch with the bond originator that I use, like I said, sharing is caring. Love you guys, right? If you want to get in touch with my bond originator, I'm not leaving the contact details in the description box. You can feel free to find me on Instagram, financialchats_tessa. I respond to every single DM. So you guys can send me a DM and ask for my bond originator's contact details, or y'all send me your contact details and I forward them to my bond originator, etc. If you're not on Instagram, feel free to email me. And my email address, I will definitely leave that one in the description box. And I wish you all the best in your property buying journey. Your bond originator, like, you can build great rapport and speak to them. You can learn so much from them. And there's so much that they can help you with in your property buying journey. Given that uthole umuntu alright, kume munhu alright, kume munhu angata kufuna kahle. Like a person that also has experience, okay, and a person that is very open and honest. Hey, these ones want money up front. But thank you guys for hanging out with me while I'm on holiday. Thank you, Nakansa. See you guys in the next one.